I checked with my company attorneys and they said that I do not qualify for an EB1A. Now, this is very, very, very frequently asked question, and I can tell you from my experience itself why this is the case. Now, when I was pursuing my O1 journey or my EB1 journey, when I was not getting my H1B, I started suggesting different ways, alternate ways like this to my employer, saying, hey, I might be qualified here, I might be qualified for this other classification, stuff like that. Literally verbatim, one of the things that I heard from my employer's attorneys was, what is so special in you? What have you done so much that you think, or you have the audacity to think that you qualify for the EB1A? That really took me by storm. I was like, okay, I need to prove to myself at the very least that I actually qualify for the EB1A. And this insulting move from an employer's attorney didn't really sit well with me. So what I did was I started diving deep into, the EB1A classification and working hard, blah, blah, blah. And I got my EB1A eventually. But years later, I started thinking why this is. Because a lot of other folks come to me and they say, hey, my employer said you don't qualify. Barely any employer even says that you qualify or even is willing to help you to qualify. And why is that? My mind just keeps thinking why is that psychology running in the employer's mind? And then I hit upon this truth that, hey, I think the incentives are not aligned for pretty much anyone, either the employer or the employer's attorney. And let me tell you why. Generally speaking, I'm not telling this as a blanket for all attorney firms, but generally speaking, the attorney firms at an employer, what they do is they charge the employer attorney hours. But if our process is so templated, like the EB2, EB3, H1B, all these processes are so templated that they can fill certain forms and then submit and then charge the employer attorney time when actually it is a paralegal writing the case there. So when this is the kind of economics that go there, there's a lot of margin. There's a lot of money made in that process, and rightfully so. If you can actually, train your paralegal to work as much as an attorney and at that level of proficiency, this is cool. I don't think there's anything too off with that in what they are doing. But what happens is, if you take an EB1A case to them, of course, they need to charge more, in my assumption, for the EB1A case, but they can't push away as much of the work to a paralegal or, a non-proper attorney, non-full attorney staff. So what happens is they need to incur a lot more costs even getting that done. So even though they charge more, the margins start disappearing. So due to that, they generally prefer not to do it. And if it is not templated, if they can't repeat it through a template, then it is not even productionalized, right? If they do it for one person, 10 other people will come to them and be like, hey, please do our EB1As as well. And then if they start doing that, then they move away from a template that they already have, which is in direct conflict with any sort of business incentive that they, are tuned themselves for. So because of all of this misalignment of business incentives, generally speaking, attorney firms that are connected to an employer sometimes it gets so greased that the employer, even they will know that, hey, if there's an EB1A request, just say no. And this is the reason why you won't necessarily get a lot of good traction from your employer in the pursuit of your EB1A. I've known so many folks who have gotten their EB1A successfully. A good 50% or more of them actually started working on their cases after their employer's attorney said that they won't qualify for the EB1A, and they've eventually succeeded to get the green card. Even in my case, right, if the attorney's firm said that, hey, you don't qualify for a green card, and then in a few months I'm able to file and get the green card, then it's clearly there is a disconnect here. Clearly someone was wrong, and you know who. So with this, I think I have been able to clarify the disconnect between why an employer says one thing and something else happens, which is why I started the Smart Green Card program. I want to make sure that folks like you have a certain way out to, if you have the will, to build your cases to a very proficient level, to rise to the top of the field and get the green card yourself in record time. So to know more about this, please check the description, the link in the description below. It has all the details that you will need in order to join the program. Or even if you don't want to join the program, we have a lot of other resources that you can leverage, including this YouTube channel, in pursuit of your EB1A. Good luck. It takes a lot of effort to make these videos and bring it to you to help you out in your immigration journey. So please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and click the bell icon so anytime I publish a video about the EB1A, you get notified and you are well prepared for that journey. Am I eligible for the EB1A as is right now? How do I find out? And hey, I'm interested in the Smart Green Card program, but you have a couple different options. What do I choose? When do I need to start? Why do I need to get to the EB1A? How will the Smart Green Card program even help me? find answers to all of these questions by grabbing time with me as part of the Decider plan. We've launched a whole new plan where you can literally find answers to all these questions that you have by joining a call with me, either on a group call or a one-on-one. So go to smartgreencard.com and find the Decider plan today.